Welcome back to the breakdown. Today we're going to be taking a look at the best USB-C chargers for 2020. Now, there are a few different types that may meet different people's needs. So I'm going to look at a couple options out there that I think will best represent what most people will need in a USB-C charger. In a day and age where many phones are no longer coming with a wall charger, buying your own USB-C is something that you want to put a little thought into so you don't end up having to buy a new one. As phones requirements are changing and becoming more demanding, those little 5 watts or 15 watt chargers really are ones you probably shouldn't be looking at because they're not giving you the max charge on many newer phones. And even some budget phones are requiring more. So we're going to talk about the pros and cons, what you should know, what you should consider when you're buying a USB-C charger so you won't be needing to run out and buy another one in the future. Most phones now use USB-C. Even iPhones have USB-C to Lightning cables to charge your iPhone. And there's reports that Apple intends to switch to USB-C. We'll see if that comes true. I really think Apple should. USB-C is kind of the standard. And honestly, I think it's probably the best charger out there. I know there's always arguments about, hey, this has this feature, this has that feature. Overall, though, I think USB-C has more pros than cons. So keep that in mind. So if you want to find these chargers I'm about to show you and recommend, I will put the link to them down in the show notes down below and in the first pinned comment. Now, I did buy all these chargers with my own money. These are not review units that sold to me. This is 100% my own opinion and my own money, so keep that in mind. Now, if you want to find current pricing changes so rapidly, check out those links to them on Amazon down below for current pricing. First though, before we get into it, if you want to help us grow this channel, do me a big favor, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up. It really does help us because it lets YouTube know you enjoy what we do here. So hopefully YouTube recommends our videos to more people. We're getting very close to 10,000 subscribers. We would really appreciate your help pushing us over that goal. We would appreciate it. So with that said, let's dive into it and look at my top of the line, high-end, best USB-C charger. Now, this is the Anker. Now, it is a 65 watt, 3 charging ports. It does have a standard USB and 2 USB-Cs on here, 65 watt charger. It also has a collapsible prongs for your wall here, which I really do like. And I believe this comes in multiple colors. They have other versions of the 65 watt in white with only 2 charging ports and other options out there too. I recommend this one for a few reasons. For one, 65 watts is more than enough to charge your computer. Meaning if you're traveling, if you have a USB-C chargeable computer, you don't need to have multiple plugs with you. You can just pack this with multiple cables. Now it is important to know that this is 65 watts total between all 3. So for example, if you have all 3 devices plugged in, it's not going to be 65 watts each, which will slow down your laptop's charging. But for many people, you will be able to charge a phone and a laptop off of this without a lot of issues. So keep that in mind. But there's a few reasons I recommend this as a high-end. 65 watts, I think, is a minimum for a high-end. I know Anker now has 100 watt, and there are other chargers out there over 100 watts. They're kind of prohibitively expensive at the moment. I expect it, like with all new tech, that the prices in the 100 watt ones and more will come down over time. I think 65 watts is kind of a sweet spot. For most laptops on the market that use USB-C, easily charge it. For all phones, tablets, and more on the market that I'm aware of right now, this will charge all of them at max charging. With the growing number of devices at 20 watts or faster charging, which delivers far faster charging than the 5 watts or 15 watts out there, getting a 65 watt is a must to help you make sure you have a charging port that will be compatible going into the future. It's also not that big. I'm about 6 foot tall. You can see it's about the size of the palm of my hand. Not too big, not too small. It's very easy to throw in a backpack, in a suitcase, wherever when you travel, helping you cut down on the amount of plugs you need to pack with you. It's also not too heavy. I've been very, very happy. I've been using this for some time as my primary charger in the living room. Have it kind of sit by the couch in there. So I'm in there with my laptop. I can plug my laptop in. I can plug a phone in. I can plug a tablet in. Whatever I'm doing right there on the couch as I watch TV, this is right there ready to go. I really do encourage you to consider multiple ports. Increasingly, let's be honest, we have more and more devices that use USB-C and USB charging. Having a 3-port like this means that you're not going to need multiple plugs on the wall. But I do understand that that's not for everybody. And you're looking for something cheaper and you really only just want one port, one USB port to charge. Maybe it's going in your by your bed, or maybe it's just going with you when you travel. You want something really small to throw in your pocket to use wherever you may be, in the airport or whatever. And Anker does have a much smaller Nano line. Now this is the budget one. This is the 20 watt version of Anker Nano 3, if I remember right. Yes, excuse me, PowerPort 3 Cube, not Nano. I don't know why I was saying Nano. PowerPort 3 Cube. The reason I recommend this as a minimum is a few things. For one, is it does have the ability to have the collapsible prongs, which I do like. Very nice for traveling. It does offer 20 watts and is a single USB here, so you know you're going to get that. Increasingly, a growing number of phones are hitting the 20 watt charging. This is kind of the minimum I would go with out there right now. If you're looking for a budget friendly plug that's going to give you travelability with a collapsible prong, going to give you 20 watts, so most phones will get a rapid charge. I do know there's a few phones that go slightly over 20 watts, not that many on the market right now. So especially if you have an older phone, this will definitely max charge it. Overall though, 20 watts is kind of becoming the minimum standard. I would not go below that right now unless you're interested in maybe having to buy a new plug in a few years when you upgrade your phone and have to get a new plug to match the power. As battery tech continues to crawl and get better, I know we have like graphene batteries coming out, which are supposed to be way better, way faster charger, more charge, longer life, all that fun stuff at a very expensive price. Cell phone manufacturers are compensating with lithium batteries and others by saying, hey, if we put a faster charging port that takes more wattage, then we can charge phones faster. People may not notice that the battery life isn't as good as we want it to be, because if they just plug it in for 15 minutes, they're going to get a huge amount of charge on their phone and be able to easily go through their day. Maybe they just plug in their car or throw a rapid charger in the car, and hey, I never really think about the power on my phone again the rest of the day. 20 watts is really the minimum you want now, because that allows you to get that rapid charge that you're going to really want to be able to take advantage of it. If you're like me and heavily use your phone, heavily use your devices out there, this is going to do a great job. It will also charge most other devices, tablets, smartwatches, and more that use USB-C without issues. Now, this isn't really something you're going to want to plug in your laptop. You're going to get a very slow trickle charge compared to what most laptops need, so keep that in mind. But if you don't care about charging your laptop, I know a growing number of people don't even use laptops. They just have tablets and phones, and that's all they need. Then this 20 watt charger is really what you want. Though I would still consider looking at maybe a mid-range. I will put another link to it. There are other similar Anker chargers on the market right now that include 2 charging ports in a 30 watt or 20 watt power. Now remember though, you're splitting that. If you get a 20 watt 2 port, it's 10 watts when both devices are in, which will give you a good charge, but not the rapid charge many people are probably looking for. So you probably want at least a 30 watt, 35 watt, 40 watt with that. And I'll put a link as a mid-range option. But if you have the money, you need multiple devices to be charged, I would really look at the 65 watt option I have here that I will link to. This thing is a beast. It will charge laptops, phones, tablets, pretty much everything on the market right now at a very rapid, fast pace, or at their max possible charging. So keep that in mind. If you want to find a link to these on Amazon, put a link down below. Leave me a comment. Let me know though, what do you think? Do you have a preference here? I've told you the brands I've been using and the wattages I would recommend to make sure you're going to be future-proofed out there. So leave me a comment, let me know. I'll love to hear from you. And check out the links to them on Amazon in the first pinned comment and the show notes down below. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up. It lets YouTube know you enjoy what we do here, so they recommend our videos to more people. It's a huge help. We would really appreciate it. So until next time, take care, be safe. Thanks for your support.